Hey guys, and welcome to another Saturday Mega Wellness. I'm Dell with the Mega Sports. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a great show. We've got Tom from Winston-Salem going to do a couple of segments with us today to talk about shoe arrivals and I think a exciting segment on shoe fitting. As you know, at your neighborhood sports store, you can go to a Mega Sports and for free take an easy proper fit assessment with our active play experts. Tom from Winston-Salem, our market leader, will go through a little bit about what that looks like, and then of course we'll give more details on the actual proper fit session that we offer with the Mega Sports. And then of course we've got, once again, Dr. Sankey from True Motion Therapy. He is joining us today. He's going to actually help you guys choose a running shoe. So a great show. I'm going to go ahead and kick off the show right now. I'm going to pull up my phone here that just went to lock. I just shared this, but I wanted to give you guys a quick little Insta fave here. So this is our co-owner and CEO, our co-owner and head of people, married to the CEO, Kristen Carlock. She is kind of macking right there on Instagram, showing that we are growing a greater neighborship. I think she is in Wilson, and she is doing another great donation. We had an organization come by and pick up some of our extra supplies, some fixtures that we had that we have been needing to get rid of and to give out to the community. So an organization came by, picked it up. They're going to use it for fundraising. And then, of course, any businesses that are out there or any entrepreneurs that are out there that may benefit from it, we're more than happy to give. So I want to give a shout out to Kristen there. So go to Instagram. You can go to @OmegaSportsNC on Instagram and read more about our charitable giving. This week we gave, I think, in Wilson and in some other locations that I know the organizations that came by to pick up these supplies, I know they're going to make good use of it to raise some money. So that's my Insta fave today. And then let's go ahead and jump into Mega News. And normally I talk too much during Mega News, so I'm going to toss it over to Tom in Winston-Salem for our shoe arrivals news that I'll let a market leader tell you what's in stores now. All right, guys, it's Dell. I am here with the Mega Sports, and we are in the Winston-Salem location. I'm going to be interviewing our market leader, Tom, who's going to take us through some new arrivals. So let's go ahead and jump into the stock room here. I'm going to put my mask on. All right, here we go. Hey, Tom.
Hey, good morning.
So we are in the stock room here. This is where all the real magic happens, correct?
It is. It's where everything is.
All right. Well, today I know we're going to talk and we're going to share a lot of information about some of the great new arrivals we have here at Omega Sports. So I'm going to kind of swing back here. I'm going to let you do your thing. Let's start with, I know we've celebrated on for several weeks now. The new Cloud X has been a huge hit for us.
It has.
I know you've got some special colorways here that we want to share. Let's go ahead and jump into the Cloud X here.
All right. So the women's Cloud X, we've got two colorways. We've got the nice black charcoal color, not a solid black, a little bit of gray to it, and then we've got this nice lavender color. Sorry, I need to get that up a little bit where you can see it. And then I've got the black one as well in women's. In men's, we've also got that same black, nice looking shoe there, and then we've got a aloe color. Nice white sole, good, just very comfortable all around shoe. Great for running, great for cross training even.
Yeah, guys,
there's a lot you can do with that shoe.
That's what I'm hearing a lot about when it comes to this Cloud X, that cross training ability. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think of On, you're thinking of, running and going fast, but when folks need a cross trainer, this is the shoe they should be considering.
Correct. They added a little bit of lateral stability in this section so you can do more of your side-to-side movements, which most running shoes don't have. Most running shoes are strictly for a linear or a straight motion. So that's really the change of this one versus some other shoes.
Yeah, so I want to just give a quick shout out. I hope you guys can really take in this color here. This aloe, I mean, the name itself really kind of describes it, but this aloe colorway with the white is really popping, and I know they've got this in the men's and the women's. This is one that we featured in a couple of our emails and online, so make sure you guys are checking this out. Again, a great running shoe and a training shoe.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic all-around shoe. And then in the women's, we've got this nice lavender
So that's
purple color.
That's
as well.
the lavender ice that we talked about. I actually a couple of shows ago talked about this color because Dan Keller, our head of running, talked about this is going to be the colorway that everyone's excited about. So they definitely are excited about the aloe, but this lavender one for women has been a huge popular one.
It's been a very popular one for us.
You don't normally see this on the shoe wall.
No.
This color. So well, great. So of course, On's doing their thing with their Swiss engineering. This is the shoe of the moment for them. We've got some other Ons that have come in, I know. So when you do shop your Mega Sports neighborhood sports store, just ask what's new with On. We've got the Cloud Flyers, we've got Cloud Aces, we've got some new arrivals that are coming in. So make sure you're talking to your Active Play expert for all things On. Now, speaking of popular shoes, of course, we can't talk about running shoes without talking about Ghost.
Ghost 13.
Ghost 13. I'm going to go ahead and swing out of here and give you full screen there.
So I've got a men's and a women's here. This is the women's, the darker gray. The men's that we currently have in stock is this lighter gray. We also have a women's in a lighter gray. This shoe was an 8-1 release, but we've had it for a little bit longer because it's such a popular shoe. The Ghost 12s were so popular that Brooks sold out of it earlier than they expected, so they were able to get us some in. And we are actually having trouble keeping this one in stock. It's such a great shoe. They go like crazy. It's very comfortable. The changes from last year to this year are really the upper, which is the knit material in the shoe, a little bit more stretch and flex in it. And then they changed the tread a little bit, but the cushioning is exactly the same as what you're used to the last few years with Ghost.
Yeah, this shoe right now is being marketed by us and, of course, by the folks over at Brooks as a smoother ride.
It is. It's
the
a nice
smoothest ride that a
it.
Ghost has ever had. So definitely make sure you're asking our Active Play experts for all the details on this. And just so you guys know, if you do want other colorways, you can go to omegasports.com. We've got all the Ghost 13s on there, and they're going to be soon arriving in the stores. I know there are more colorways into the stores coming very, very soon, but you can always go online at omegasports.com and get your favorite colors. There's some fantastic color selections that Ghost 13 offers, or the Brooks folks offer in the Ghost 13. So again, omegasports.com for that. So we've been talking Ghost 13 for a while.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. We do have WODs in stock now in men's and women's. And as Dell said, you can go to omegasports.com, but if you want to come into the store, we can also help you with special ordering as well.
Absolutely. Now, I'm glad you brought up wide, because we do have a lot of customers who are asking for those wide sizes, and not a lot of folks carry those or have the ability to get them.
Right. We can get them. The men's, and this one is the one that we have the WODs in right now. In the solid black, it comes up to a 4E.
Wow.
The women's WOD is in the lighter color, a little bit lighter than this. It's kind of a cross between the men's and the women's. It has instead of this pinkish sole, it has a purple sole to it. So it doesn't show dirt as much as a white sole would show.
All right, well, I didn't mean to interrupt Tom there, but we've got another segment where he's going to talk about more shoes. Just real quick, I want to give a shout out to our mega influencer who I see has joined us in our Facebook comments, Deanna. Good morning, Deanna. I know during the segment we put up a statement that she had where she talked about, as a CrossFit runner, she can totally attest to the Cloud X. And I'm actually in her Instagram right now, not to make it more weird, but so she actually just picked up another Cloud X here. If you guys can see that without my light getting in the way. And then I'm going to show you the shoe that she actually picked. She picked this, I think, sandy rose color. I'm not sure if that's the newest Cloud X, but she definitely picked the perfect color. I know she's a big fan of pink, so she picked the perfect Cloud X for her. And let's see, I think there was another photo there. There you go. And then, of course, she's always pushing our fast rewards. So if you are shopping for the Cloud X from Omega Sports, make sure you get them sooner. So it's $5 off of every 50 that you spend. So if you're looking at these shoes and you're like, well, I think I might get it, but I'm going to shop around. Just remember, no one else is going to give you fast rewards. Omega Sports is going to give you fast rewards, and it's $5 off of every, or $5 on every 50 that you spend. So Deanna, good morning. I'm sure you didn't know I was going to put your Instagram up on the screen, but I appreciate you joining us today. And thanks again for being a great mega influencer. And just personally, I'm glad to see you moving around again. All right, so let's go back to Tom's segment in Winston-Salem, where he's got a few more shoe arrivals that he wants to talk about.
Great. All right. So we've talked On, we've talked Brooks, and now let's jump over to, guys, a lot of folks, especially from a online perspective, I've seen a lot of interest in the new Mizuno shoes that have come out. So let's talk Mizuno.
Mizuno has really changed up their shoes, and they changed them up in good ways. Mizunos have always known to be not necessarily stiff, but a little bit firmer with their cushioning, and they've really softened the shoe up. Not saying stiff was a bad thing, just everybody wants to feel different things when they're running. So far we've gotten two different ones in. We've got the women's, which is kind of a pale Carolina-ish blue, sky blue, I guess you would call it, and then the men's in a gray. Much softer than it's been in the past. If you have not tried Mizuno in a while, try it. You're going to be very surprised in the feel of it.
And Tom, that's the Wave Rider 24.
Wave Rider 24, yes.
So we've been talking about the Wave Rider 24. We actually debuted it online way before you guys even got it in the store. And I know we've sold a lot of them. So now's the time, if you've been thinking, oh, I've heard some good things about the Mizuno Wave Rider, I really would like to try it on. I see that it's available online at omegasports.com. I know I can use my fast rewards on it. But I really need to try it on. That's when you go to your neighborhood sports store, and folks like Tom and his team can help you get fitted and talk about this fantastic pair of shoes.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a drastic change from the past. I think the people who've liked it in the past will still like it, but I think maybe people who it was a little too firm for will like it now.
Great. All right. So that's been making a lot of noise for us, especially in the last couple of weeks, and that is
the Ride.
The Ride, okay.
Which is also the Ride 13, coincidentally.
Yes. Okay.
So I've got the women's in a nice purplish color, nice bright purple laces. Nice color that's not going to show dirt so bad. And then in the men's, we've got a more traditional gray, black laces. You know, that can be worn with a whole lot of things, not just for running. Again, a great soft shoe. They cushioning underneath their insole, so it's a nice little extra bit of cushioning for you. We just got these in today into our stores, so I think they're going to go very well once they come in.
Yeah, so this is the Ride 13. Again, Saucony fans, you know, they're some dedicated fans.
They are.
And this is a shoe that everyone's talking about right now. Saucony fans have actually been screaming about wanting more cushion, softer feel, and this is a shoe that I think Saucony has come out with to kind of answer that call.
They have, and they've gotten away from what was the ISO fit over the last couple of years. It was a lacing system that they did that just was not very well received. They've gone back to more of the traditional type of lacing with the shoes where you don't have individual spots. You just lace it up like you would a regular shoe. Again, very comfortable. Just hit the stores on Friday.
All right, well, great. So this is a great month for us because August, for us, as we're going into back to school and everyone's trying to figure out the fall, for Omega Sports, this is great because we have all these new shoe arrivals, and I know a lot of customers have been out there waiting for these shoes arrivals.
They have been brand new shoes we've been waiting to get in. There's still more to come over the next week or so that we're really excited about. Brand new shoe offerings from companies, and just a lot going on right now as far as the shoe market goes.
Great. Well, Tom, thanks for today. Thanks for showing all these great new shoes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Del.
All right. Well, I want to thank Tom for giving a honest, in-depth review of some of those shoes during his shoe arrivals. We appreciate that. I also want to remind folks, as part of Omega News, that this weekend, actually I think on Monday, our Mega Flex coupon that we currently have available, which is 30 off of 140, will be expiring. So if you have been getting your emails and you haven't yet made it into the stores, or you haven't pulled up omegasports.com online, make sure you're taking advantage of our MegaFlex coupon. This is a pretty substantial coupon. We haven't really done a $30 off anything in a while. So definitely make sure, if you are looking for great savings, make sure that you're taking advantage of our MegaFlex coupon. It is 30 off of 140. Go online, go into the stores. There are some exclusions, but make sure that you talk to the store or look online to see what is available. There's a lot available, but make sure you take advantage of it. Again, I think it expires on Monday, so you have until Monday, but definitely this weekend, if you can get into those stores. You just saw Tom talking about these great new shoe arrivals. You can earn MegaFlex, or you can earn fast rewards, and you can see if your MegaFlex coupon will contribute to that. Of course, at the 140 level, you might be getting a shoe and you might be getting some socks, but at $30 off, you might consider that you just got something for free. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of that $30 off of 140 Megaplex coupon expiring on Monday. All right. Well, so we were talking shoe arrivals. Had one of our active play experts kind of share a few of the new enhancements to some of those shoe arrivals. But now you might be wondering, well, how do I know how to pick the right running shoe? Well, that's where Dr. Clay Sankey from True Motion Therapy helped his followers on Instagram. And we shared it on our Instagram to help our followers. And there was a nice little plug for Omega Sports at the end of it as well. So of course, I wanted to take advantage of that. And as a Mega Wellness partner, here is Dr. Clay Sankey from True Motion Therapy, and as a fantastic Instafave, I wanted to play this video one more time. This is how to choose the right running shoe.
So your first tip is really simple. You simply want to be in a shoe that's comfortable for you. The shoe that you're most comfortable in is the shoe you're the most least likely to get injured in. And there's actually evidence that backs that up. It just makes sense. So just make sure the shoe is comfortable, that you like the feel of it on your foot. Second, we're going to take a closer look at the shoe. You want to especially look at the toe box. You want to make sure that the toe box can accommodate the forefoot of your own foot. If it's too narrow, your foot's going to be overcrowded. If it's too wide, you're going to be swimming in that shoe. If anything, you do want to err on the side of a little on the wider side. How you can tell is you're going to take that shoe, place your foot right on top of it, and make sure you can see the outline of the shoe around your foot. If your foot's spilling off over the edge, that shoe is not wide enough for you, and your foot is going to be crammed within that shoe. So make sure the toe box of the shoe can accommodate the width of the ball of your foot. Your third tip is that you want to be in as light a shoe as possible. Now, some people need a little bit more cushion, a little bit more support. That'll make the shoe a little heavier, but you want to be in as light a shoe as you can get away with. The more ounces you have on your foot, the more you're carrying around with you with each stride. And an ounce here or there may not sound like a big deal, but if you're running 10 miles, it's going to extrapolate over time, and it will make a difference. So shoes are measured in ounces. An 8 to 9 ounce shoe is a little lighter. 12 to 13 ounce shoe, that's a little heavier. Try to be in as light a shoe as you can get away with comfortably. Lastly, shop local. I know you can get your running shoes on Amazon or some other online website, but if you support the local running shops, you're supporting your local running community. Local running stores usually sponsor races, they sponsor trail builds and stuff like that. So support your local running stores. You're not only doing something good for your community, but those running stores have the expertise. They know what they're doing. Usually the people who work there are runners themselves, and they know the shoes, they've run in them. They can give you much better advice than just aimlessly reading reviews online. So shop local. If you're in the Charlotte area, highly recommend Omega Sports. They're running deals all the time. Definitely go check them out. They are masters at what they do. If you're in the Charlotte
All right, well, I want to thank Dr. Clay Sankey from True Motion Therapy. He's always one of our Instafaves and, of course, a premium Mega Wellness partner. It's great to hear him share advice on running shoes. A lot of folks in the Charlotte area know him as kind of a runner. He supports the running community, works with a lot of runners in the South Charlotte area. So we definitely appreciate him being a partner. And, of course, we always appreciate a good shout out. But of course, you don't have to be in Charlotte to shop at Omega Sports. We've got fantastic locations throughout North Carolina. You can simply go to omegasports.com to find those locations. And of course, you can also shop on omegasports.com. But just a quick reminder, you can learn more about Dr. Sankey and all of his services at truemotiontherapy.com. And then, of course, we always encourage you to follow his Instagram page. It is at True Motion Therapy. Just go to @TrueMotionTherapy in Instagram. He's got regular content that he puts up on a regular basis every single week. I strongly encourage you guys to check out his page. All right. Now, we talked about how to pick a running shoe, but one of the things that I think is really important if you ask any of our active play experts when choosing a running shoe is really to make sure that you really understand what your foot really needs. And in the last year, the CEO of Omega Sports has really beefed up our fitting process. So we've got new technology. I know if you've been following us for a while, you know we've been talking about our Get Fit process, or what we actually call our proper fit sessions that we offer at Omega Sports. But I want to go ahead and invite Tom back into the show to talk you guys through kind of what you can expect when you come to Omega Sports for a proper fit session.
Hey guys, it's Del, and I'm here with our market leader, Tom, in Winston-Salem. We're in the beautiful Winston-Salem area. Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
So Tom, we had Dr. Sankey earlier share his tips on how to pick a good running shoe. Now, you being an active play expert, you know a few things about picking a good running shoe, but more importantly, for you in educating our customer, it's all about getting that proper fit.
It is, absolutely.
So when customers come into a neighborhood sports store, we want to encourage them to do a free, easy, quick fitting assessment, and we use the best technology that's out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Albert from Atrix is fantastic. It's a very quick scan of your feet, and there are 18 cameras in there. It takes all types of pictures. It shows pressure, all that sort of thing. But it also shows the length of your foot, the width of your foot, the instep, the arch height, the girth of your foot. So it really gives us some ideas about what shoes will and will not work for your particular foot, as well as getting the Atrix insoles into the shoes to provide even more cushioning and support than what you're getting just from the shoe.
Yeah, so most people would assume that Atrix put out this machine just so we could really scan someone's foot and obviously find a way or find their unique needs for a orthotic.
Right.
But
that's
not the only thing it's for. Right. So you've got this fantastic machine. I'm going to actually get out of the screen here and show this fantastic kind of setup here. And if we go down here, you basically step into these lasers, correct?
Correct. You put one foot in, it takes about 10 seconds, it measures everything. You would have your left foot in, it takes a bunch of pictures, measures. You'd switch over, do the right foot, does the same thing, and then, I'm not going to stand in it because I've got shoes on, but then you put both feet on, and it shows where you're putting the most pressure on your feet, whether it's in the balls of the feet, the heel, what your arch looks like, where you're really putting your weight and the pressure when you're standing. And then they use a scale showing 0 to 256 how much pressure you're putting in different spots. So that can help us with shoes too. If you put a lot of pressure in the balls of your feet, then we might want something that has a little bit more forefoot cushion. If it's all in the heels, we might want a little bit more heel cushion. We may go, hey, with what your foot's doing, we really need to look at an insole. Just different things that we can do there.
So this is pretty quick and simple.
It takes about 30 seconds.
It takes 30 seconds. It's just the cameras go right around your feet. You take your shoes off, right?
You take your shoes and socks off.
Now with COVID, we keep it very clean. We make sure that everything's sanitary while we're doing this with the customer, because we don't want any, first of all, you can't just jump in one of these machines without talking to an active play expert.
Right. We have our codes that we have to punch in order for it to work. We wipe it down after each customer, disinfect it down on there. I mean, just everything going on. We did this before COVID. We're going to do this after COVID.
So you get scanned. You're talking to an active play expert. You're talking about some great shoes that are out there that now you, as an active play expert, you have a little bit more insight into what's really going on with someone's foot.
Right. Absolutely. It can be their feet, their ankles, even their knees. If they're putting a lot of pressure on one, it kind of lets me know, oh, something's going on the other with the other foot or leg or even the back. Obviously we're not doctors, so we don't say, hey, this is what's happening, but it just gives us some ideas with getting somebody into the right shoe.
Right. And then, of course, it's also important to note that there's a conversation that gets to happen.
Absolutely. Right? We're talking to them the whole time. We
get to find out what's the goal for the runner. Are you running long distances? Are you just, starting out? Is this something that you've been doing for a while? We really get to know the customer to kind of figure out what's the best way to use this data,
right,
to put them in the right shoe. And that data also, by the way, isn't just kept here. That customer can walk away with that data.
Absolutely. It pops up on the screen. Would you like us to email this to you? We put in your email address, and it sends you most of the same information that we're going to go through with you on the screen. It's truncated a little bit where you can't spin your foot and stuff like that on your phone when you get the email, but you can see everything, at least the important things.
Yep.
And to reiterate one thing that Del just said, and it's not just for runners. We do it for people who aren't running too, people just walkers or people who are on their feet all day, anything like that. Not just runners are a lot of it, but there's a lot of the other as well.
Tom, you make a really good point, because with COVID, a lot of people are now finding more time on their hands. They're deciding to be more active. You can't maybe go to your local, locations where you hang out. So now you're taking those walks. You're going in the neighborhood. But now that you're kind of off the couch and into more of an active lifestyle, you might want to double check and make sure that you're wearing the right shoes. You're certainly not walking in flip-flops and sandals. You want to get into the right pair of shoes if you're doing any kind of level of activity. So this technology really helps with that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I think it's important to also just continue to remind people that this is free. There's an assessment. It's not a high-pressure sales environment.
Not at all.
It really is to help you understand your feet even more. You can certainly come in, get assessed, and then you're still trying to make that decision on when you're ready for that shoe. Or you might be thinking, wait, I just bought a pair of shoes. I just got a pair of shoes at Omega Sports, but I don't know if I actually got a fitting session. So come on back, just get fitted.
Mm-hmm. And come on back, get fitted, and also, you bring those shoes that you bought. We may be able to put a pair of Atrix in there or Superfeet or whatever the brand is and make those shoes feel completely different to you.
Right, because not every, a manufacturer is never going to know what every single type of foot need is out there. They're going to make the best for the performance goals that the shoe has, but then the individual has another layer of performance goals that they need to achieve.
Exactly.
And comfort level.
Exactly. And one thing I always tell people, this is a lot. It's, even though it's not necessarily inexpensive, it's a lot less expensive than going to the doctor or getting custom insoles.
That's correct. That's correct. So I want to just let people know, Tom, that there is a website that Omega Sports put together to explain this whole process. It's called getfit.omegasports.com. So you just go to getfit.omegasports.com. It'll outline the whole proper fit session that you can find in your neighborhood sports store. Folks like Tom and our market leaders that are out there are trained to be able to help you just quickly get on this machine. It's super simple, super easy. It looks really simple and fun. You just get on there, get scanned, and then you walk away with a lot more data and a lot more insights onto hitting your goals.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you find out what you need versus what somebody tells you is a great shoe.
Right.
Because it may be a great shoe for me, but not work for Dell, or vice versa.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tom.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, I want to thank Tom from Winston-Salem. Guys, I give him a hand, because it's not easy for our active play experts and especially our market leaders to take time from the store to then quickly pivot with me and go on camera. Tom was a pro. I appreciate him taking the time. He did a couple of segments with us. We're going to see a lot of Tom and some other folks from the Winston-Salem store. And then, of course, in some of our other stores as well. I'm looking at my phone. I apologize. First of all, let me just do a quick shout out. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. A lot of what we do, even though we love our Facebook community, we thrive on Facebook, but we do have a lot of extra bells and whistles when it comes to Instagram. I just got a message from someone that said, "Hey, what's the hat you're wearing?" So I don't know if you got, I'm not going to take my hat off because you don't want to see what's underneath this right now. But if you can see, this is a On running hat. Hopefully you guys can see the On message on there. But I am definitely rocking a lot of black today. But this On hat I saw online at omegasports.com and fell in love with it. And I thought, well, I can't wait to get this hat. So I went ahead and got that. So for the Instagrammer that DM'd me, I'm not going to put your name out there, but thanks for acknowledging my very, very, very brand new hat that just came in the mail, I think probably yesterday. So I love this hat. It actually looks really cool. And then real quick, I just want to, before we go, I want to make sure that we put out our winner. I'm supposed to have picked a winner, so I want to make sure that we've got a winner that I can pick. We had a back to school contest all week long. So hopefully if you are following us and you get our emails, that's another great reason why you should open up an Omega Sports email, because you never know, not only do we have great deals, not only do we spotlight fantastic new arrivals, both from shoes, apparel, some of the great gear. We've got a lot of Garmin. If you've been checking our email, we have a lot of new Garmins. I mean, some in the much higher range, but remember, with fast rewards, I don't know why you'd buy Garmin anywhere else. I mean, if you're going to go for an $800, $900, $1,000+ Garmin, you might as well get fast rewards for your purchase. So definitely check your emails. But in our emails, we acknowledge the fact that this is an interesting time for families and certainly an interesting time for retailers, because this is normally our back to school season. So our buyers are definitely motivated to get parents what they need for their kids. We've got book bags, we've got insulated drinkware. We've got kids clothing. We've got some kids shoes. So we still want to be your destination for back to school. We've been your destination for 40 plus years. We're in our 42nd, almost going on to our 43rd year in business. And we've always been your back to school destination. So this week we did a contest. We announced that we were giving out a $100 gift card to a lucky winner that was going to tell us what they're excited about for back to school. Again, we know that some folks are going to be homeschooling. We know kids are going to be doing more virtual, so it's going to feel a little different. But we just encourage you to make sure that your kid is properly geared up, even if they're at home. It's important for them to go ahead and put all their work in their book bag, finish up the day, put their book bag away, and then start their day again. So just keeping that routine is very important. So I'm looking in my chat now to see if I can see who our team selected as a winner. I don't see it on my screen yet. Do I have a winner? Or am I going to have to do this later? I don't see it in my chat. Can we put it up on screen? Nope. Okay, well, this is another reason why you should follow us on Instagram, because I will announce the winner of our back to school $100 Mega Sports gift card in the next, let's say, 30 minutes on Instagram. And then I might surprise you and do another contest. So make sure you go over to Instagram. You can go to @OmegaSportsNC. That's @OmegaSportsNC, and follow us on Instagram. And I'll announce a winner to one lucky family that is winning a $100 gift card. All right. You guys, I want to thank you for joining us on Saturday Mega Wellness. We do this every Saturday. We've got more guests planned. We've got, I think, Wake Forest Baptist Health. We've got some doctors that are going to be joining us again. And then, of course, we've got True Motion Therapy joining us. And then, of course, we've got all of our great active play experts that we'll have an opportunity to have on the show as well. All right. You guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy, stay active, shop, enjoy all the new arrivals that Omega Sports has to offer.